how it works. The mouse click is connected to me, and the ground is connected to the Apple for the game. The beginning first two stages just go through on a timer, and then go through until you get to the part where you actually interact with the Apple. Oh wow, it's not working.
Take another bite.
Bigger.
Make sure this is here. Try now.
Yeah!
Nice. You're gonna live for a million years.
Keep going. We're gonna see what happens.
What happened?
The wonders of art.
How many apples did you eat to put that?
Nice.
For babies like 1 year old, or, to get to know the body part like hands, arm, head, mouth, leg, foot, and I will show them on here.
Head, hand, arm, ear, leg, foot, mouth.
Stages for it?
Yeah, it was coded like 4 times.
Yeah,
It was really difficult to get it to do all the changes of each doll. So I'll just run it. This picture, all the dolls are normal looking. Well, as normal as before Photoshop. And then when you touch each arm and feet, it changes to one of the 4 dolls, and then it has a message.
I will play with you. We will be friends forever, ever, ever.
I'm very much alive. Don't you want to play?
That's it.
I presented it earlier. It's there are like 9 different buttons that has different series of beats. So for like, I matched the pattern, matched the colors with each and every one of them. I also added a white one here so that it could like instantly pause every single one of them at the same time. So like, you can like press one of these, and then when you press another one, it will also play all together. Apparently my tempo was a bit off right there. So you can even play all 9 of them at the same time which you'll probably get. I haven't tried that myself, but
Let's
you'll
try it.
probably get a dubstep Skrillex.
Nice.
That's a banger, Spencer.
That's it. It's number one sound.
Not the right class. So I guess before I run it, I'll tell you. Okay, so the idea, my concept for my project is a human theremin. So for those that don't know what that is, it's like one of the first, or it is the first hands-free electronic musical instrument that was ever built. And I had to kind of deviate from my original idea because the concept of a theremin is that you use two hands and one of them controls the amplitude while the other one controls the frequency. But I had to simplify that a lot, so this is the first stages of the human theremin. Alright, so I put tape so that you can have a comfortable connection with the connect because it can be really finicky. So you let it find you. So the original idea was to be able to, I would eventually would like to be able to record something and use both hands so that you can play each sound simultaneously, but the way that I have it right now is that as soon as you play one and you enter another region of the screen and it matches up with those coordinates, one sound has to pause and the other plays. So there's some glitches to work out, but it's pretty fun and pretty cool so far. So. That's also another problem.
I'll volunteer, man.
Okay,
I'll volunteer.
sure. You got where the
The marriage
circle.
ring or what?
Well, it's a decoder ring. You won't talk to unless you can wear it. Just run it. It's very small, so that's uncomfortable to look at. And yeah.
See you again.
If you can't read it, just go ahead and crowd
Let's get to
around.
know each other. Let's get to know each other. What's your name? Skylar Ted, new name, Poopy Boy. I'm gonna go with Poopy Boy. Would you like to have some fun together? Okay.
That sounds like a
Let's learn some more about each other. Where do you live? In a box at my house, in a swamp, on the sun. How's your mom? Huh. What do I do? Let's see. I teach kids. It's modeled after you, Jason. I didn't read that. That was way too fast.
He wants to know what you eat.
Oh. Eggs. What's an animal? Shoot, okay.
He just wants to learn about you. Why are you getting all worked up over it? You know?
Write me a poem, please. Okay, you're supposed to push buttons?
Yeah, it's his poem.
Sometimes.
Just poem the shit out of this dude. Come on. You didn't do it good enough. See, he's mad at you. It's not good enough for the sphere.
Love the spirit.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh my. Aw, that's cute. Oops. The ring fell off. smells like you. Oh my god.
So happy.
That's a nice smile. Is that the end? Is he jumping or?
Sorry.
It's awesome. I love that. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Is it over?
I love it.
That's your conversation.
Maybe one of them. Just one of them also does look back a little bit. Yeah, sure. Okay, so to start off, at first we kind of changed our plans to what we wanted to do for the final. At first it was to teach and show us what we can achieve with an art degree, but then we started figuring out that we can use this more for an educational purpose to teach people that are still undeclared what the art department has to offer. So we created fake diplomas with some of the many majors that are offered here. And with that, we segmented 2 pieces of showing students working on illustrations, like past projects, for example, the website we designed we did for restaurants and so on, just to show that you're taught this, but in the professional world they can become this if you develop your skills. It's not just for us, but to show freshmen or people that are undeclared in their majors to see where they can actually go. So, a couple volunteers to go up. Just anybody.
I have one for you, Call.
Oh, here.
Photography. So what you'll do is you'll just put this in a
Zach came up. Let's Zach. He came up
okay.
first. Pick one, Zach.
Don't
Pick
pick
one,
this
Zach.
one, this is cost.
So there's 3 degrees.
There's
there.
illustration, you're good at that. Coding and graphic design.
I'm probably best at illustration.
Okay.
Alright, so what you're gonna do is
Congratulations.
admire
And that's $80,000 after all?
There you go. And
So
put it
you
in the center of the
enjoy
podium.
it and put it on the podium.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
No
Oh.
way! It was working earlier! No!
I was gonna do something more fun too.
Okay, it's okay, they're just gonna stay on.
This makes my heart go. Yeah. I wanted to
It's
3
okay.
times.
I didn't really like
Such a
that sound
bummer.
anyways.
Oh, okay. This.
There's like lighting effects that you can do.
So we had someone in the field.
Is this Maya?
No,
Oh,
that
that
program is a lighting effect program used
Okay.
on concerts.
That is very cool.
I turned it off.
No, you have to do the reset.
There it goes.
Anyways, it's still kind of going.
You moved it, that's what.
Don't, you're gonna start it again.
Okay.
Too good.
That's very cool.
Oh no, I went a little further. Okay.
Alright,
So
you guys saw that.
we created that, and then we created a reset button with one of the empty things we had. We'll slide it up a little more.
How is it reading the thing?
So we have the RFID chips, and we have the receiver at the bottom.
So they're
Oh,
in
it's right
the
now.
diplomas, the RFID.
Yeah, they're behind the diplomas. We just kind of tape them on there. Probably not working, but let's just reset it then and go from there. Call your photography one, if you please.
Sure.
Admire it and then put it down on the podium like you're graduating. Who's done that? I'm done with the audio.
I don't think processing is very good at HD audio.
Yeah. I just use simple audio. It's still not crazy.
Pretty much explain the entire
Well,
thing.
explain
It's
it again.
basically- Oh. So in the presentation, my mom basically explained the entire thing. So it's just basically going through pages like you would kind of like at a museum, except instead of just reading them off like a flat surface, you'd be sifting through yourself. So the first one would be storyboarding, and it's like a quick blurb just kind of talking about like where storyboarding came from, who introduced it to the studio. Actually, no, that's for the other one. This one's just about like describing what storyboarding is and how they use it. The concept art is kind of talking about like basically what concept art is and what they use it for and why it's important for storytelling. And then color scripting is the same thing, and it just kind of mentions Ralph Eggleston and like how they started using it in the 1940s, but it wasn't actually formally used until the 90s when Pixar used it for Toy Story.
And then the film scores in the end was just kind of introducing a new way of music in mainstream animation during the 90s. That wasn't like typical musicals. And that's it. Then home.
Ready? So cute.
You have to hold the plane.
Hold yeah, get a good grip on the plane.
The other hand.
Oh.
Now touch it with that hand. There you go.
Uh-oh.
Careful. Hold it like that. Yeah, I don't know, just start holding it back.
Am I not conducting
Maybe
electricity?
not. You could just hold the cord.
Take a bite out of it.
Okay.
There we go.
Where was bungee jump?
Where was bungee jumping invented?
New Zealand.
Yeah, that's what.
Correct.
What is the second largest country in the world?
Russia.
Russia. No, wait. The second
Second?
largest. Greenland. Canada.
Correct.
Where is it? No. Antarctica.
Correct.
What country is pretty? Okay.
It's the plane. You gotta just hold it. There we go. Yeah.
Press it hard.
Okay. No,
Correct. There we go.
it's lighting up down there. It just wasn't moving.
Correct.
Turkey. Yeah.
You win. Then each chakra center, and rather than trying to put a bunch of information on the screen, I decided to make sort of more of a tactile, handmade feel. And there's actually a experience for every sense, including taste. People, help yourself to some grapes. But essentially, all you do is you take the item and you place it. Ooh, sound. And I created little, about 30-second vignettes in GarageBand. And I tried to create or fashion the items based on essentially sort of how I look at the chakras. So starting with the base and earth, it's really like grounding, like use of percussion. And then the next is sort of the water, so it's in the belly. And it's still has that sort of percussive feel, but we're starting to kind of move into more of a flow. And I used a vessel like you usually use for like salt or sugar or something like that, sort of like the belly. And then fire is your sacral, so it's energy center. So I created a more poppy, upbeat, and also, yeah, trying to use the colors that are associated with each center. And I had hoped to basically loop them, but had a few issues with other songs not playing. I also wanted to do it like in stages, but then I really liked the layered effect, and I kind of figured that it kind of actually is more sort of telling because you kind of move through each center. So that's the heart, and the center is green. Also with the backgrounds, it doesn't get that really cool sort of layered effect. because it keeps redrawing. So.
Very cool. Nice production you got here.
That's road. You want to do it? Go for it.
You put a lot of thought into the details here.
I really had fun making the music, you guys.
Yeah, really good music.
I just used the loops in GarageBand, like the basic, whatever basically
The
comes with
visuals
it.
are really well done as well.
Yeah, it's all the rotation.
Rotations, it's all done on processing, right?
Yes, well that was the other thing. I was gonna do images and like have text and have like the image rotate, and then I just started playing around with rotating, you know, circles, lines, rectangles. It just really came together, and I think really sort of more esoteric. This is the third eye, and it's usually associated with the dark blue. And this is the crown chakra. So it's actually a combination of all the chakras. It's usually envisioned in ancient art as sort of the multi-petaled lotus, like infinite petals. And then the last one is on it itself. Right. And there you go. You guys are all enlightened.
It's an installation inspired by four natural elements: water, earth, wind, and fire. And so the user puts on the headphone, and there's this thing here on the left. So you hold this with one hand, and you touch whatever is inside here with your other hand. If you want to try, you can go ahead and try. Or I can show. Yeah, sure. I can pull out the headphones so we can all hear the sound. Yeah.
Okay. So I hold on to the coil, right?
Yes.
That's the ground.
Yeah. And with the other hand, you can just.
You didn't put up my booty here, did you? You put a ball transmitter, I swear to God.
Might be a snake in there. Right?
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's cool.
I'm not saying that the
You put Ross thing here. Oh my. Oh, oh, it's hot in there. I heard the crack of the window go, ah! I'm kidding. That's pretty cool.
The different elements.
At this point. So, do you want to start?
Sure.
Yeah, hold that metal bit. And then use any of the pieces here. Make sure they're facing towards you.
Okay.
Start here and try to figure out where each piece can go.
Try to figure out where each piece can go.
And if you get it right, it rings. If you get it wrong, nothing.
But how am I trying to figure out where each piece can go based on?
Just
Based on how the pieces move.
stick the pieces in any of the 9 squares.
Nothing happens but the next one.
Oh, it's not plugged in. That's fine. That would help.
Okay, now.
Cool. Oh, I see. So, okay. Understood.
What piece is that?
This is
I think
oh,
this
the rook. Okay. So the rook can go. Oh, wait. So we all start here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rook goes straight, right?
Yes.
Cool. I got the knights. The knights do the L shape.
That's the
correct?
trickiest one.
L.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Oops. Yeah, because it's two up.
Edit.
The
Do a 3D
pawn.
one for next.
These guys are easy.
It's king. Oh,
Straight.
king.
Yay!
Wait, what?
Very cool. Sweet. Anyone else want to check?
So here's how it works. What the hell's going on? There's a video of me playing piano up here, but for some reason the video's not showing. The audio is.
probably projector resolution.
So what happens is that you touch this with your ground you, and then you touch one of the strings. Sound cut off too. I think it's just a little bit too low. Okay, I can do this. Here's some other videos.
Are you wearing that same shirt?
This was an old video. This was an old,
3 years ago.
This was an old video from my career project called Curve.
You're actually look older now.
So, the Make is up here. I've got wiring on this side, and it's stayed over here. I got a whole band of wires from an old computer cable I got split off. And each of the minor cables are connected to one of these strings. Touching here acts as the grounds, and you hear I put the circuit. Here. I found it like something around here gets the best results. I was trying to phase the video a little bit so like you have two strings and the videos will overlap in the capacity would vary, but I couldn't thought it would work. And just for flair, I put a blowtorch to some of the pieces here, and up here is the signature somewhere.
Oh, cool.
See it over here.
So did you find the stand in that pile of stuff?
These were two separate pieces.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, this was one piece in here, that was another. Mike welded these two together, and this video here, I'll be pouring off. And they're probably mostly recognized because while you were in the class where this thing was made.
Yes, you torched our dinosaur.
Well, I'm sorry, okay? Well, it's not being destroyed, it's being repurposed. It's called recycling.
Are you going to take that home?
I plan to. If this thing comes apart, there's a it connects here and here. I think this thing, I hope this thing will fit my car.
How's your mom feeling about that?
It's just because of the pieces. I'm thinking of having it rebuilt in my living room as an aesthetic piece. If the damn thing will carry over.
Is your mom's cool with that?
Actually, my mom and dad were actually kind of excited about it. To tell you the truth.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I think it's all there is. And I think the only hardest part was to get the wiring in because this wire is snaked through the bottom here and out the hole here, so I torched the hole. Trying to snake the damn thing was almost impossible.
Mm.
And there were many profanities that were shouted when the cable wouldn't go around this bend here. That's a 90-degree bend, and two cables joined end to end don't like to bend around corners. Well, that's the junkyard harp.
All 4 bottles will work.
Watch out!
Relax. Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
What's on the end? Oh, it's just rocks?
Yeah, I had needed, when I was working with it, I had to needed a way to weigh it down because it kept falling over on me. So you just squeeze the trigger. Hang
I just squeezed to make sure how.
on. Press number of players, 4.
Oh, cool.
Go.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So now you can reset, restart. Uh-oh.
What's up on the
Did it just break?
So I think that button, it's one of the clips probably clips it out when I undid it. So there's also a crash mode, so if you don't make it all the way up, you'll just start sinking. So if you guys don't play it like a race, more of just it's a game, then you'll see it crash too.
Hey, relax, okay? First one, Carl. First one. Again?
Alright.
I'm done. Let's trade this off.
Let's get 4.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Does anyone else want to play it?
I like that one.
Can we do it again?
Anybody else wanna
Yeah,
play?
let's do 4 more people.
That's awesome, for real.
4 more people. Get up in there.
I just want to get that reset.
I'm not gonna play.
Why not?
Why do you have to have the blue one?
Okay, I'll go pink.
Yeah, why not?
Let's do the green. Okay.
Ready?
Uh-oh. I think mine glitched. Close to me?
So what I win?
Use to manipulate and move the vehicle images. And thanks to Colin and Jason, this is what we got.
So basically, when you press the car, I mean, the toy will go accelerate, keep going forward. But even though you can go backward, though. I don't know why you can make it backward, but yeah, that's how it is. Come on, go! Okay, that one. Okay, when you press it, so you can keep going, right? So also,
Neck and neck.
Yeah.
you
That's one thing.
you go slow down and then go backward. You still remember go.
We couldn't quite figure that out. We
Go
wanted to make
backward.
it so that it was for both cars.
Yeah.
So that
No,
we're actually racing.
Yeah, we tried to actually make it like 2-car racing, but this got problem too. How to fix on the code on the last part. So that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's just basic.
Right now, I couldn't figure out how to differentiate the aliens from it. It reads all of the pushes. It reads which color I'm pressing, but for some reason my score just keeps going down. So it will stop once I press the right color, or it will just keep going. But that's basically what it does. Yeah. But yeah, the score it just it recognizes which one I'm pressing, but the score is just broken. But
It's not broken. You're rewarding us.
It's just a
Huh?
counter.
You're rewarding
Yeah.
us. It's not broken.
it is. So
Can I try it?
it's still a work in progress. It doesn't work. I mean, you're gonna press the right one, and it's just gonna keep starting the score. Yeah.
Show us how you made your pedals there.
The pedals. It's so this is the ground, and this is the other connection. Each one of them. It's all the way
in here. They're all color coded. So yeah, so this is the ground, and every time you loop it, this thing just presses down and it stops right there, so it creates the connection from here to here. This is just the door hinge. It was super glued on it. I didn't think it was gonna work, but it actually worked pretty well. It's very sturdy, so you can actually step on it pretty rough once it works. And yeah, this is about it.
Petals are beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it just looks pretty now.
You found it was working before.
I got it to do the score, and then it wouldn't recognize which color, and then I got it to recognize which color, but the score just started doing that. So there is something in there. I created a couple variables. I made it a global variable, and then I made it a local variable. But with the local variable, it wouldn't look into the score. It wouldn't even show it. The global variable did show it, but did that weird stuff, and then it broke the recognition from the color.